Basi basi, good morning, everybody. Now we want to start this congress, and as always, we want to request that we stand for a national anthem.
Thank you.
A prayer from Matamwini.
Let's pray. Lord, we come before thy presence this morning, thanking you for the gift of life and gift of each other. Lord, we have come for a very special congregation, National Children Council Congress. Lord, we want to ask for thy protection in all our counties where our children have met, so that you may protect them, and let this activity be of use to us all, and especially to the young generation which we are bringing up. Lord, when we come to the end of this Congress, in thy protection, remind us to thank thee. In Jesus' name we pray and believe.
Thank you. Be seated. Now, we are now going on with the meeting. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the guests who have managed to be with us this morning. And straight away, we want to get greetings from all the counties. Now, I want to request kindly one of our leaders here of the children government just to come and bring greetings on behalf of the rest of our children council across the Republic of Kenya. Karib.
Good morning to all children across the 47 counties. I go by the name Faith Wangari Njuguna. I am a pupil at the Nairobi Primary School, and it's nice to have you at the 5th National Children's Congress. I pray that and hope that this Congress will help you to become better and become the future for tomorrow and become an even brighter future. Thank you.
A clap. Thank you. Thank you very much. Our national chairman, Brother Johnston, our host, KICD, Professor Giles, all the other invited guests, members of the National Executive Board, all the counties, the 47 counties in the entire country. You want to take this opportunity on behalf of the National Executive Board just to give the overview of the National Children Congress. This is the 51, and this is the first meeting done virtually, where all our children are assembled in various counties for this very, very important national activity. Now, I want to take and bring their greetings from the 47 counties. And before that, I know all of our the chairpersons across the board are now with the council at various counties and venues for this very important exercise. So receive greetings from the counties. And I want now to request that if it is possible, we also get and hear greetings from across the regions, the 8 regions, starting from Nairobi. Yes? Nairobi, where are you? Very good. Then we move from Nairobi, we go to Northeastern. Receive greetings from Northeastern. So, yes, you continue now the greetings we shall see from the screen. All the 47 counties and 8 regions greeting us before we continue with this Congress. Karib.
Mondiga, we are almost reaching somewhere. Malisa, you. Just immediately. Hello. Okay. Correct.
This is Kajiado County number 34, and we appreciate Capture for organizing this program, and we are truly enjoying it. And the greetings are responded to. Eva.
County 024, West Pokot, Walapai. Vamos a Kenya. Vamos a Kenya. Good morning. Hamjambo. Government from Kiambu County, who are self-government, beginning to become and have begun to lead our generation to greatness. We are honored to be part of the 5th National Children's Council Congress 2021, sponsored by UNICEF. Siku njema.
My name is Angelusa from Gamba Primary School. Wacha.
Hata tuseme nini sasa?
Watajibu nini hao wengine?
Haya.
Okay, you can go back to the seat.
Hi.
Milaimson.
County, wamoso uduto ni oimore uru.
Tutazungusha tu. Now kama sit back.
Abweni County 17, Mamukata. County 13, Muga.
Again.
Tarakanini County 13, Muga. Representation. Mrembe Kenyan children. Mrembe Kangi. Child mentorship. Important.
Hello everyone, this is Machakos County 017, 5th National Children Council Congress. Receive greetings from Machakos County People's Council. Welcome.
In front of you are children from Embu County, ready to present to you how we do our Embu greeting.
So thank you. Keep a clap. Keep a clap. Thank you. Thank you very much. Those are greetings from counties, the 47 counties of the Republic of Kenya. So our national chairman and members who have been invited, you want to take this opportunity once again, just to give the overview of this Congress, that the National Children Congress model is an indicator of the leadership and governance strategized for schools within the child-friendly school model. It assembles the best and the most innovative thinkers and leaders in the public primary schools, elected by the other children to organize the following: social, curricular, and co-curricular activities with an aim of improving the children's participation in governance at the school level. National Children Council provides leadership or leaders with clear insight on proper channels of expressing their concerns and solutions across the board. It therefore promotes an environment of open discussion and holistic learning. This year's meeting kicks off with the chief guest, the principal secretary in the Ministry of Education, opening the ceremony with other invited guests. The National Children Council is designed for quality leadership or quality leaders to come together and improve the capacity to implement the competency-based curriculum for learners' acquisition of relevant skills and core competencies. A total of 1,410 pupils, which is 50% are girls, and 94 ed teachers, 50% also are female, will directly participate in this activity with the expectation of cascading these skills to their respective schools. The pupils will be tasked to reach out to other 10 more pupils each, and the head teachers expected to enhance these skills in their respective school population, estimated at an average school size of 363 learners. Hence, reaching approximately 34,122 learners indirectly. The children will be accompanied by 2 head teachers, the chaperones, which is male and female, per county. So today, the national office have invited the following to be our guests at this, the 50th National Children Council Congress. The Ministry of Education, led by the Principal Secretary, and the other officials from the Ministry of Education are also invited today. The Teacher Service Commission officials are also invited, led by the Commission Secretary and the CEO Teacher Service Commission. The Director, KICD, and the officers from the KICD are also invited. The UNICEF officials, the KEPSIA officials across the board, and all the facilitators are also invited today, so that we continue with this very important program. In support of improving the children's voice and engagement, this event has been organized and planned by the KEPSIA officials from 47 counties in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, the UNICEF, and the Teacher Service Commission. So therefore, we have come up with a program which it was yesterday that all our leaders of the Children Council were assembled at their various venues in their various counties. And today is the action day, where we shall now have the following. Number 1 was this morning we did the registration across the 47 counties. We have also gotten greetings from the counties. And we shall now get presentation and interactive period on leadership, values, and citizenship. At 10, we shall go for a tea break at around, I know that one has taken place. Then we are expecting in the course of the day that we shall have the opening ceremony and the remarks by the Professor Giles, the Director of Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, who will be our main guest today. Then our national chair, KEPSIA, will now take over to make his remarks and welcome the other invited guests. The UNICEF will also have time to present what they have. Then we are also expecting in the course of the day that the Ministry of Education, led by our Principal Secretary, will be also given a chance. And then at a later time, we shall have another presentation and interaction period on life skills. Then thereafter, we break for a short lunch break. Then we shall be back again to have another presentation and interaction period on community service learning, which will be facilitated by our facilitators. Then we shall also have a closing ceremony, which the national chairman will now take over that section. Then after the closing ceremony, we shall have a tea break and departure in the course of the day. So therefore, allow me now to invite where is the So allow me now to invite Njukuna Faith to take up from there. Karib.
Hello once again. Hello once again. As you've heard from our MC, my name is Faith Juguna, and I'd like to take this moment to casually say or ask, how did the pandemic go for you? And apart from that, how did it take a toll on your studies? Because I think it's safe to speak for everyone when I say this pandemic changed our lives 101%, and at a point it was hard to move on. But I'm hopeful that majority of us have been able to cope. I'd like to introduce a little bit more about myself. I'm 15. I recently finished KCPE and I'm waiting to join high school in August. And I don't know, I took up, during this holiday, I took up a language. I took up learning Korean and also online marketing, because I don't think you have to wait to finish your education so that you can work 9 to 5 hour jobs and waste yourself off until your retirement at 60. And yeah, I'd like to introduce myself in Korean, and there is protocol here, but please allow me to break one of it so that you can be able to understand what I'm saying. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 Faith입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. And that means, hello, guys. My name is Faith Njuguna, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. And at this juncture, before I go, I forgot, sorry, I would like to bring in the next presentation. Thank you.
Clap. So thank you very much. We want now to usher in the next presenter. She will now take us through the presentation on an interactive period on leadership values and citizenship. And that is none other than Dr. Christine Owin. Let us give her a clap as she joins in.
Let me try.
Karibu, karibu, daktari.
Hello, great people. Hello. Okay, I hope I'm being heard. Thank you very much. So allow me to share my screen. Okay, I was told to discuss leadership, values, and citizenship. Let me do this. Okay, I will take a few minutes to talk about leadership, values, and citizenship. This is a very important occasion, and I believe we are going to learn as much as we can. I want to request that in the process of my presentation, you may get room for finding yourself challenged, improved, inspired, motivated as we continue. Now, I want to say welcome to this presentation. Feel at home. The main outcome for this presentation is to ensure that each one of us inculcates values such as integrity, accountability, and servant leadership. These are just but examples. If you look at the pictures that I've just posted, how can you analyze them? For example, the child that I've posted under leadership, look at her. You can see the leader in her. You can actually see, and she's actually putting on a t-shirt that is written, future leader. In essence, when you are a leader, you can just be seen, even from as early as when you are born. Now, when we will be coming to values, this picture portrays quite a number of values. One of them is the fact that these children are able to work together. So the aspect of peace can be seen, the aspect of unity can be seen, the aspect of love can be seen. And in the last picture, I'm talking about citizenship. These are students from one of our schools in this country, a model center for education for sustainable development. If you look at it keenly, you will see some people walking along the road. And these students, together with their teachers, are trying to make the roadside beautiful. In other words, participating in community services. So to be a good citizen, what does it mean? So we are going to look at all this. What is the importance of upholding leadership? How can we be effective leaders? What is the importance of inculcating values in ourselves, inculcating values in others? What is the importance of becoming a good citizen? Getting deeper, we might even look at global citizenship. What does it mean to be a global citizen? Now, this is the beginning point. When the why is clear, the how is easy. We usually say that the why question is the golden question. In everything that you do in your life, you must always ask the question why. For instance, we've come to this conference. Did you ask yourself that question? Why am I attending this congress? Because when the why is clear, then the how is easy. Every time as a leader, you need to ask yourself the why question. Before you do anything, before you go ahead to say anything, you should always ask yourself, why am I doing it? Why do I want to say it? So that when it comes to implementation, you find it very easy and workable. I've presented a dark screen, very dark indeed. When we don't have effective leadership in the society, everything is very dark, totally dark, just like this screen. When we don't have values, there is no peace, there is no love, there is no unity, there is no responsibility. People are corrupt, and what have you? What happens? Your world becomes totally dark. And when the world is totally dark, the result is this: red, danger. There is danger. People die. Animals die. Plants die. Because we don't have proper leadership in the society. Because we don't have proper people upholding values in the society. Because nobody is thinking about what to do to make a difference in the society, the competences that we need to demonstrate. But when we have effective leadership represented by the color white, when we have values in the society represented by the color white, then the result is this: green. Green means life. Green means there is growth. So whatever we are doing today is very, very important. If we have to make a difference in our lives and the lives of the people we are leading, then we have to impress effective leadership skills. We have to catch values, the right values, and also we have to be we have to be good citizens wherever we are. And so it is time to do this. Everybody try it out. What is this? When when you see somebody doing this, when do people do this? We do this when we are scratching some itch. What will happen if you don't scratch the itch? You will continue itching. So we are here to scratch the itch. If we were in an open meeting, I could have requested you to share with your neighbor. What is itching when it comes to student leadership? What is itching when it comes to citizenship? What is itching when it comes to values in the society? Why are we having people killing others? Why are we having people corrupting their way to whatever they want? Why are we having people just doing things because they just want to get away with it and move on? Scratch the itch. When it is itching, it is important to scratch the itch. By scratching the itch, you will be calm. But if you don't scratch the itch, then you will continue itching. So what is itching us in the society? As leaders, what is our role? What is the importance of student leadership? The reason as to why we are here is because I want us, by the end of this session, you may be able to come out as a courageous leader, as an optimistic leader. Become very focused, persistent, resilient, inspired, passionate, and enduring. Leadership competencies that empower and inspire others to reach out, to reach their potential are also important. Because when you are a leader, you cannot say, I am successful until you have brought up a successor. So in leadership, there is always mentorship. You must have somebody who is walking next to you, following your footsteps, so that they too can be leaders or effective leaders as we go about. Now, I want you to look at this picture keenly. If you look at this picture, what can you see? I wish this could be interactive. Is it possible to have people share what they can see using the chat? Is it possible to see people sharing using the chat? What can you see? Okay, let me continue. If you look at this picture carefully, there is the ego model and the echo model. When you take the ego model, everything under you dies. The ego model is when the leader is a boss. The boss is above everybody else. The boss does not listen to anyone or anything. The boss is not empathetic. The boss is there to ensure that things are done and that is it. And whatever is the result of that kind of leadership, of that kind of model, is everything dying. Look what is happening below there. The world is in chaos. There is a lot of pollution, there is a lot of danger, there is no life at all because of the kind of leadership up there. But when you use the eco model, where you are among the others, where you are coexisting with every other thing, the animals, the plants, and everything, whatever is under you as a leader becomes life. So that is what we call sustainable leadership. For you to ensure that there is sustainability in whatever you are doing as a leader, then you have to take the eco model, where you coexist with the rest, where you feel for others, where you do things together with others, where you delegate some roles, that it doesn't have to be you to be seen doing everything. Now, becoming a transformational leader is very, very important. This is a leader who is making a difference in the society. A leader who is mad, making a difference. It is important to examine your mindset and values. Very, very important. And by so doing, looking at the mindset, how do you perceive things? A transformational leader is the one that is optimistic, a leader that sees the positive in everything that they are doing, a leader that sees the positive in others, a leader that sees growth, not a leader that sees everything around them as bad. So in essence, to be a transformational leader, you need to start looking at things from the positive point of view. A transformational leader upholds values. You should be the one to show others how to love. Aspects of integrity and commitment. When you have been given an opportunity to serve, be very committed, be very honest. Integrity aspects are very, very critical. The aspect of respect and trust. As a leader, you need to look for a way to respect the people you are leading and to trust them. The moment you show them that you don't trust them, then you are failing as a leader. As a leader, you need to be very courageous to take risks, especially when you know that whatever you want to undertake, whatever you want to do is going to give some positive results. As a leader, you need to be open to learning, continuous learning. You need to continue searching, what can I do to improve myself? Because a leader, you should always be above the others when it comes to knowledge. Somebody said that knowledge is power. What does that mean? It means for people to sit down to listen to you, you need to be more knowledgeable than they are. So if you are the school or rather captain or the president or the secretary in a certain department, you need to be conversant with everything that appertains that post. How can you manage to do this? You need to get some time and carry out some research. Find out, to be a good librarian, how can I serve others? You read, you need to get out of your way and do something extra. Enrich your knowledge. So you need to be open to continue learning and learning and learning. So that it is not just about classwork. When you are a leader, you have been given a responsibility to go beyond. So with classwork and out of class activities, you need to search for more information, go to the library, read newspapers, be informed of what is current. So as a leader, you need to do all these things that I'm talking about. Improve your abilities to lead. Lead for results. Lead for results. Lead to inspire. Lead with passion. Lead innovatively. Lead empathetically by portraying servant leadership skills. What this means, as a leader, you don't just have it in your head that you are the captain of this field. You need to ask yourself, what difference am I making? Even when you'll be leaving that school, when you'll be leaving that institution, what mark will you leave behind? How many of the students or the pupils that you're leading are inspired with the kind of leadership that you are demonstrating? A leader, you need to be very passionate. Have passion with whatever role that you have been given. Enjoy that position. When you are maybe the secretary in your classroom, let everybody see the fact that you are not feeling like it is a punishment, that you have been compelled to do it. We need to take the perspective of I want to, rather than I have to. When you want to be the leader, it is from you, within you, from your heart, that you want to serve others. But when you have to, it means you're doing it for the sake of those who are looking at you, for the sake of the principal or the head teacher or the teachers. So when you want to be a leader, that means you have passion for that kind of responsibility that you have taken up. You have to be very innovative when it comes to leadership. You will be facing challenges now and again. Your colleagues in class could be portraying some characters that will require you as a leader to be very innovative in the way you handle those challenges. And hence, you need to look for ways to be creative, to be imaginative, to become a problem solver, and so on and so forth. You need to be empathetic. Before you give a verdict, always ask yourself, why did this person do this? How else can I help him or her to improve? By so doing, you become a servant. Servant leadership. Build leadership competencies. How do you do this? The first thing you're going to do is to master yourself. You need to know your strengths. You need to know your weaknesses. The moment you know your strengths and weaknesses as a leader, then it will be very easy to improve yourself. You don't just assume that you are always perfect. There is always room for improvement. Every day, improve yourself. Learn to see the big picture. From where you are, where are you moving to? If you are in class 8, for example, class 7, for example, and you're the school captain, when you will go to the next level, secondary school, will you still become a leader? So see the big picture and continue growing yourself. As a leader, you need to create a shared vision. What you think is right should be the same with the people that you are leading. Share your vision. Try to talk out what you are thinking. If we want to improve academically, what can we do as a class? Share your vision and discuss it with your colleagues. Clarify purpose and priorities. Why are you choosing this over the other one? Communication is very, very important. Communicate effectively. Be a motivating leader. Form teams and motivate them. Negotiate when it comes to conflicts. And always lead change. When there is a change, be the one at the front to lead the change. When there is change, you don't lead change from behind. You lead change from the front. In summary, when it comes to leadership, The first area is having the competencies for leading yourself. The second one is having the competencies of leading others. The third one is having the competencies for leading your organization in general. To lead yourself, you need to be courageous. You need to be to have organizational skills. You need to manage yourself as a leader. Beyond leading yourself, you need to lead others. Interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, being a good coach and trustworthy, learning to include others in the system of leading, and also being a people manager. So now, I want you to look at this picture for a few minutes. Because I know you are in your counties and you have somebody next to you, can you discuss this picture? I am saying leadership offers a support system. Please take a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and what does it mean to you? Okay, thank you. I know you have discussed. And now we need to look at how are we going to do it then? How are we going to support others? We move to what I'm calling a paradigm shift in leadership, where we stop doing things from just the point of view that we are leaders, where we now think about, I am a leader, yes. In the head, I have it. I have the knowledge of how to become a good leader, but still now bring what I know to the heart, connect with the information that I know about leadership so that it becomes very easy for us to implement. And therefore, the relationship between the head, the heart, and the hands. For you to be a transformational leader, you must have or you must involve the 3 H in leading: the head, the heart, and the hands. When you lead with the head alone, you hurt others. But when you lead with the head and the heart, you feel for others, and therefore you will not hurt. When you lead with the head, the heart, and the hands, you will become participatory. You are part of the process. When you are telling people, do this, you are also able to do it. Values. What are values? Usually we define values as standards that guide an individual on how to respond or behave in a given circumstance. Our values influence how we feel, how we act, and how we make choices in life. Now, when we talk about values, somebody will ask, how can I start loving when I have not been loving before? It is not easy to start doing something that you don't know how to do it. Even if I teach you, I come to class and tell you, this is love. If you want to love, you do this and you do that. You will not be able to love. In essence, what I'm saying, values are caught and not taught. Values are caught and not taught. When I am talking about values being caught, it means as a leader, you have to demonstrate the values. You have to role model the values that you want to inculcate in the people that you are leading. If it is peace, then you yourself must be very peaceful. You must be an arbitrator all the time. You are telling your classmates, no, please don't quarrel. It is wrong to fight. It is wrong to backbite, and so on and so forth. So values are caught and not taught. I picked this from the CBC, competency-based curriculum. These are the core values that the CBC has analyzed for us as learners to catch. They are actually 8. The first one is love. The second one is responsibility. The third The fifth one is peace. The sixth one is patriotism. The seventh one is social justice. And we also have the 8th one being integrity. When we are talking about core values, it doesn't mean that this is all about values. In our schools, we have core values, isn't it? And these core values, we have written them somewhere, probably at the gate, or somewhere next to the office, or somewhere in a notice board. Why do we have core values for our learning institutions? It's because we want the people, the stakeholders in the institutions to demonstrate these values. It is not just for visitors to see that we have a motto, that we have a vision, that we have a mission, and we have core values. It is not enough to display. What is important is to have the stakeholders, the students, the pupils in our schools, the teachers, and everybody else trying their level best to demonstrate that they are patriotic, that they are united, that they are responsible, that they can love. So there is so much when it comes to these core values that the CBC is actually talking about. Now let us look at citizenship. What is citizenship? I could ask somebody to tell us, but I have the answer from my perspective. Citizenship is the state of being vested with the rights, privileges, and duties of a citizen. So somebody will ask, then who is a citizen? Me and you, we are citizens, probably, citizens of Kenya. We were born in Kenya, maybe, or because you are a child, your parents have got IDs as citizens in Kenya, and because you are born by them, you become a citizen. And when you are a citizen, then you have all the rights of what a citizen should get from the government, the privileges, the fact that all of us need to be in school to learn, free primary education, free day secondary education. Those are privileges. Being given textbooks by the government, those are privileges. Now, a sense of citizenship helps to equip young people to deal with situations of conflict and controversy knowledgeably and tolerantly. So when you know that I belong, then you will be able to tolerate others. Then you will be able to know how to deal with conflicts. Then you will be able to know how to accommodate others. There is a video I wanted you to watch here briefly. I hope it will come.
Now, thank you very much for listening to Dr. Christine. She will still come back to summarize, but you want to now take this opportunity to welcome the KICD National Chairman, Brother Johnson Nchoka, so that he can now take over from there, because we want to have the opening ceremony. Karibu, National Chairman. Give him a clap as he comes. Thank you.
Thank you. Our National Secretary, Brother Mitei, our very special guest today, Professor Charles Ogondo, who is also the Chief Executive Officer, Kenya Institute of Curriculum. And apart from being our very special guest, is our host here today. We appreciate your hospitality. Our representative of the Minister of Education, Madam Anne Gashagwa, our national executive members, UNICEF officers with us, who we are getting in touch online, our Director of Basic Education, Madam Nelia, who has just stepped in, and now I wish to welcome her to be with us, Madam. Madam Nelia Olich, Karibu. She is representing none other than our chief guest, who is the Permanent Secretary, our Minister of Education, Dr. Julius Joan. Karibu, Madam Nelies. It is good you have come in the right time. Members of KICD, National Executive Board, head teacher, colleagues who are here with us and out there in the county stations, the Children Council in different centers, ladies and gentlemen, today I've also learned something, some greetings this morning I had not known. The most difficult one was from my friend. Did you really get anything from what she said, except the name? Wow, yeah, that was a great challenge. I got others like Muga. Did you get Muga? Did you get Mwacha? Did you get Omoso? Did you get Muriega? Today, don't leave this place before you have learned at least a new greeting. It is a great honor to congregate here today as we celebrate the 5th Annual National Children Council Congress. In partnership with the Ministry of Education, Teacher Service Commission, and UNICEF, the 2021 conference is a unique one as we are conducting it in what has now become the new normal. The Children Council is a representative body composed of children elected by other children to organize social, curricular, co-curricular activities and participate in school governance. It is worth mentioning that since the launch of child-friendly schools model in the year 2010 by the Minister of Education, there has been an increase more towards child-centered and learning. As you all know, the CBC has come in place after 2010. So KEPSHA and Minister of Education participated very well to start this model of child-friendly schools. Ladies and gentlemen, the child-friendly schools led to entrenchment of the Children Council within the Kenya Primary Schools governance system. This model emphasizes on every child's right to education, regardless of circumstances they find themselves in. This forum, with the theme Children Mentorship, therefore focuses on 4 thematic areas. 1, leadership. 2, life skills. 3, career guidance. And 4, community service learning, with a keen focus on our youth. The Children Council also seeks to sensitize the children on contemporary issues, including gender discrimination, according to the Children Act 2010. The 5th National Children Council has attracted a total of 1,410 children from the 47 counties. This event is being streamed live in all our social media platforms. All the 1,410 children are keenly following the proceeding in 47 different centers in the counties. At the end of this conference, we intend to achieve the following specific outcomes. We intend to empower children with enhanced skills on career guidance, leadership, and lifelong skills. We talk about lifelong skills because these children are trained on how to practice democracy, how to be morally upright, things which we believe will carry them throughout their life. Children's perspective on community and service programs. We intend our children, just like the CBC's intention is to have the children well versed with the importance of community service. KEPSHA, through the Children Council, we expect the same. The concurrence report will be minuted and resolutions with evaluation. We intend to be committed by the children representatives on cascading. We want the children representatives to cascade what they are going to receive yesterday and today, to cascade it down into the schools. So we expect all the schools in the country to receive the message which is being passed to their representatives. As I conclude, may I take this special opportunity to thank UNICEF for their technical and financial support since the inception of this intervention to date. To facilitate sustainability of this noble intervention, we shall engage with the Ministry of Education, as we have done before, to provide capitation grants to support the process right from the school level to the national level. Madam Chief Guest, we have presented this to the CS and the PS, and we want to plead with you to remind them of the importance of that appeal we have sent to them to have something small factored in the capitation grant in the FP so that the Children Council is supported right from the schools up to the national. To the Children Council, may I wish you all the best and urge you to actively participate in the Congress so that whatever you learn here, you may also be able to share it with the other children in your respective schools. Thank you all. God bless the children of Kenya. God bless us all. May I take this opportunity to welcome our special guests, none other than Professor Charles Ogodo, to come and talk to us, and later welcome our chief guests. Thank you. Karibu, Professor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman Johnson Zioka, Chairman Kepsha, for the information of our distinguished audience and others watching us from elsewhere. Kepsha is represented in the KICD Council, and the representative is none other than your chairman, Mr. Johnson Zioka. Please give him another mighty clap. Madam Nerea Olik, who is representing the Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education and Early Learning, Chairman Kepsha, the Kepsha officials, our gallant leaders of the Children's Congress represented here, and also those from the counties who gave us beautiful greetings. Good morning. God is good, and all the time. Chairman, if you allow me, while I was looking at what is posted from the grounds, I saw a comment that we should take care of learners with the hearing impairment and have somebody translating. We have arranged at KICD very quickly to get someone who can do that. So when you see somebody sitting behind you, it is for that purpose, so that we can make sure, as we say in KICD, that no learner is left behind. Having said that, Chair, before I go on with my remarks, allow me also very quickly to introduce some of my colleagues from the KICD who are here. Kindly stand up. Yes, those are our colleagues mainly from the primary department at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. When we heard this was happening, I brought them on board so that they can listen to the children and be part of this. They look very smart now, but as they develop the curricula, they make sure that they can play, they can demonstrate, they can sing, they can dance, just as is expected of the children. Please give them a clap. And allow me to request them to sit except two people, Mr. Maranya and Madam Jackie. Mr. Maranya is currently the acting Deputy Director, Primary Education. He is the one who initiates those curricular designs that we see in our schools. Give him a clap. And please have a seat. And Madam Jacqueline Onyango is the Senior Deputy Director in charge of Curriculum Development. This one, Chair, allow me just to give her 30 seconds only to be able to greet the children personally. Madam Jacqueline.
Our guests here today, we are glad to have you here, and we thank you for having chosen KICD as the place to be. Indeed, this is where the curriculum food is developed. And so when we see you come back to the home of that which you partake, we are proud. We are glad to be part of this process, and we promise that even as we see from the presentation, that a lot of what we expect in the curriculum is really what is coming out. And we know that based on this guidance that all of us are giving you, our young people, you are definitely going to be the engaged, empowered, and ethical Kenyans whom we want, which is actually the vision of the curriculum at the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Jacqueline Onyango. Chairman, I want to take this opportunity to welcome, starting with what we consider the most important delegates today. Kindly rise up so that we can give you a special ovation, the children's leaders who are here. Kindly rise up from where you are, and we shall all give them a standing ovation. Chairman, you can see we already branded them, and they are all wearing masks branded KICD. Please stand up. We want to appreciate you. Yes. Let us give them a bigger clap, colleagues. Thank you. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Please have a seat. So we want to welcome you. Let me welcome you officially to the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. I am Charles Ongondo, the director here. Because I'm talking to future professors, allow me, Chairman, to also include my title. It's not allowed in terms of courtesy that I'm Professor Charles Ongondo. How many of you children are future professors? Raise up your hand. Come on. Thank you very much. Now, Chair, before I say something little about the importance of the Children's Congress, allow me to let this audience know, and those watching us from out, what this institute is about. Here at the KICD, we develop all the curriculum that you'll experience in schools, at pre-primary school level, at primary level, at secondary level, and even the level that we call tertiary. The only institutes we don't develop curriculum for, but we still consult with, are the universities. And when we talk about curriculum children, we are talking about all the learning experiences that you have at school. Some of them are formal, the ones we teach you in class, in terms of subjects, what we call learning areas in CBC. Some of them are non-formal. That includes all that goes on in the school atmosphere, including your role as leaders, and some of them are informal. They are made here, and for children who are still actively in school, Madam Jackie, please make sure that as they go away, you give them some copies of the curriculum designs. I don't know what we shall be giving Faith. Faith, you have just told us that you are going to Form 1. So you are still doing the knowledge-based curriculum, what we call 844. I think we shall find something else to give you because you'll find the syllabus in school. But for the ones who are still in grade 4, 5, 6, standard 4, 5, 6, we shall see how to give you curriculum support designs. So other than doing the curriculum support designs, our leaders, this is also where we initiate the development of all the textbooks. Any textbook that you use at school is developed or written at KICD. They are written by publishers who submit them to us to evaluate and approve that they are relevant to the curriculum designs, that they are relevant to the syllabuses. So we also want you as leaders to take this opportunity to warn your colleagues at school that they should not be reading any book as a formal book which is not written on, approved by KICD. If you are reading that, you are reading it for leisure or general knowledge, but not as an official book at school. That is why sometimes you hear complaints that a book may not be having the values that are desired. That kind of book, if you look at it, you will not see approved by KICD. We make sure that the books you experience are developed and carry the values that you desire. Chairman, allow me also to tell the leaders to go and tell their friends that at this institute, we also develop all those radio lessons that maybe you have had an opportunity to experience. And also to encourage you that if you miss the radio lessons, you can still get recorded versions at KICD that you can listen to at your own pace, at your own time. This is also the place where we develop television lessons. I hope there will be a little time. I saw, where have my people gone? Susan and the marketing team. I hope you will have a short moment with these children to show them the place, the studios, just to have a look at how we develop these radio lessons and even the TV lessons. It is also important to let your parents know, and maybe other people who support you, that we have a bookshop here at KICD where we also have audio, recorded, and even print materials that can support you in any way. So, Chairman, having said that, as Madam Jackie has indicated, this is an extremely exciting activity to us, this Congress, because it speaks very directly to the reason that we are advocating for the reform of the curriculum. And the main reason we are advocating for the change in the curriculum is to put the children at the center of their learning, to make children lead right from the learning process. So that when I come to your class and I'm a teacher, you know what you are supposed to learn because you will have been told earlier, and you even advise me on the best way you want to experience that. If I'm talking too much, you can say, teacher, now we want to read for ourselves. Teacher, now we also want to try speaking for ourselves. Teacher, now we also want to run and jump. We are a bit tired. Teacher, can we now discuss this in a group? Taking leadership in your own learning. Because what you do, that is what is called a competency. What you do, you improve in doing, and you cannot forget that skill. Because of that, children, you will, I will pack your leadership role into the 7 competencies that we advocate at the KICD. I hope we gave all the children these bookmarks. If you didn't get them, we shall give you. So the people who are present here with me, the children who are in the room, read with me, because I don't want to preach water and drink wine. Read with me the 7 core competencies. The card that you have says CBC envisions that during the learning period, every learner will acquire the following competencies. And those ones who are watching us from outside here and know the competencies, speak them along as we go. So, leaders, competency number 1. Please shout it. I want the adults who are here to keep quiet. The people learning are the children. Hey, wazee na wamama wanyamaze, si ndio? Watoto ndio wanasoma. I normally tell my students, the people who have paid fees or the government has paid for to learn are the children. All right. Competency number 1. Shout it. Again. Competency number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And number 7. Digital literacy, which you can see we are experiencing today already. We saw those people greeting us and singing us the welcome song from Embu. We saw the others greeting us from Machakos and others. And I'm sure that in your schools you have seen that happening. So, I don't want to speak much. What we want to urge you as the leaders of the children is to go out there and learn about these competencies. What we have done as KICD is to make sure that the books that you use at school, each subject, each learning area has integration of these competencies. We have advocated that as much as possible, all learning areas you experience them through communication and collaboration. So the only other advice I want to give you outside that, children, Mr. Chairman, because I'm not the guest speaker, please take, like we are advocating about learning, take charge of your life. You don't have to be appointed a class secretary. You don't have to be appointed a drama secretary or an actress. Each one of us has a responsibility to take charge of their life. The same way, at the age of those I see here, when we wake up, we wash our face, don't we? We are taking leadership in cleaning ourselves. We brush our teeth. We take care of our grooming. That is the same way we should have the responsibility of saying, now it is class time. Let me lead myself there and lead the others. Take charge even when you get home. Because, Chairman, as I conclude, I want to assure you, children, in my life as a person, as a teacher, as a leader, I know that what you do today will determine what your life is tomorrow. Children, I want to tell you that I started dreaming about being a professor in class 3. My teacher, called Dismas then, told us to write a poem in whichever language. What do you want to be? For some reason, one of the people who was a professor in my village then was called Professor Uma Muga, and we didn't even know what a professor does, but we were told he was a very serious person in human life, because he drove the first car we saw in the village. When he spoke, it looked like others just listened. When he stood, others sat down. So I said in my poem, when I was answering the question, what do you want to be in the future? I said I wanted to be a professor. But today I can tell you, because I know a professor is just a person who has taught so much and continues teaching. And because professing simply means what you preach, what you tell, what you sell to the world, which can help them. So what you do today, my sons and daughters, determines what you will be tomorrow. I don't want to say in the future. It determines what you want to be tomorrow. How you uphold values determines what you do tomorrow. So I want you to do what you are doing with me now. Chairman, I can see the children looking at me are all maintaining eye contact. Please, when you go out of this room and elsewhere, the one thing I want you to profess is eye contact. The chairman has a theme there, sexual exploitation and abuse. I can give you one formula. When you look at people straight in the eyes, that kind of abuse the chances of that will be completely minimized. Children, you are already taking leadership. The CBC children, when I got their chairman, today don't allow you to throw rubbish just anyhow. If you throw a bottle of water through the window, they'll tell you, please, please stop, pick it. Because they say it is their responsibility. Look at people straight in the eye, including the teacher, including that person who is telling you that you are so beautiful. Look at them in the eyes and tell them, I know. Young men, look at that person in the eye who is telling you are very handsome. Can we go to the shop? I buy you soda. Tell them, I know I'm handsome, and on this occasion, I don't want soda. If I want, my parents or I can buy. Okay, I will stop there. And before I invite our chief guest this morning who will declare this Congress open, Madam Nerea Olik, I have been advised to give an opportunity to our great sponsors, the UNICEF, who are also sponsoring a lot of activities at the KICD. I think they'll be joining us online, digitally. So I'll give a moment to the representative of UNICEF to make a comment online, all the way from Coast Region, and then the program will come back to me, and I will invite the Principal Secretary, who will also introduce Madam Gashoya, who is her officer now. Chairman, if the UNICEF representative is listening to us, this is their moment. I know our technicians are organizing that. Let us know when you are ready.
Can you hear us from Mombasa? Okay, thank you for confirming. Kakamega says they can hear us. I hope everyone else is hearing us. So, okay, thank you for, go ahead. The PS, basic education, represented here by Madam Olik. The CEO KICD, Professor Ngondo, the chairman CAPTCHA, MOE officials, TSC officials, teachers, colleagues, student leaders, good morning. It gives me real great pleasure to be with you this morning and to represent UNICEF in this virtual student leaders conference in collaboration with CAPTCHA under the auspices of the Ministry of Education. UNICEF is so proud to be associated with the students' government in Kenya. It's really with nostalgia that I remember the formation of First National Children's Government and how we jointly made history in 2014. That we can never forget because that is how far we have come together. So the student government formed a united and empowered collective voice for children in Kenya. It continues to do so to give the children the opportunity to air their voices and a platform to have their voices amplified. In this way, their needs are seen and heard through the children lenses. This year, in every of the 47 counties, and I'm in county 001, represented here, the children will share their thoughts, opinions, and suggestions on child-friendly mentorship programs, practical activities they would want to engage in as they participate in community service learning that KICD is in the process of working on as curriculum design. Then in this way, through child-centered design, the children will be architects of change in education policy. We hope this will ensure that no child is left behind as the student leaders who are here gathered today will, together with their fellow students, will pursue these ideas and develop them when they go back to their schools. So we look forward to eye-opening child mentorship ideas and presentation of resolutions through this Congress. Thank you very much and have a great Congress. Over to you.
Let us give them a big clap. Thank you very much. And now it is my single pleasure and honor to invite the Principal Secretary, State Department of Early Learning and Basic Education, represented by Madam Nerea Olik. Madam Nerea, we were privileged earlier on to have an officer from your office, Madam Anne Gachoya, whom I will let you introduce, perhaps to make a remark or two, and then you take it on from there and officially open this Congress. Asante sana.
Thank you so much. Our dear guests, the main guests of today, who are the representatives from all 47 counties, are the student leaders, our CEO, our KICD, our UNICEF representative, our CAPTCHA chair, all my colleagues, the head teachers who are present here and who are participating in this very, very important conference today. I greet you that God is good. God is good, and that is his nature. So before I say anything, just like I've been requested, I'm here with my colleague. We are both from the Ministry of Education. Anne Gashoya, who was ahead of me here, she took care, and we all have the same message from our Principal Secretary, who would have been with us here, but because of other engagements, he has sent his greetings, which I will give you officially. So let me just give my colleague Anne Gashoya just a few seconds to say hi, and also to give our dear learners a word of encouragement. Anne comes from the Directorate of Policy, and she's so much passionate about the learners. And I know she has very good pieces of advice to give today. Karibu sana, Anne.
Okay, thank you very much, our chief guest, Director KICD, the National Chair, capture, and all the officials invited. And our dear runners, good morning. I want to take this opportunity first to thank the capture and UNICEF for organizing this wonderful forum for our children in order to bring together all the student leaders in this country across the 47 counties. I feel so delighted when I stand here before you in order to encourage you as readers, because we are the readers of tomorrow, not for the future. It is the reader of today. It is the reader of tomorrow. I just want to say a few words. I will first start with our head teachers that even as we are in our schools, let's provide a conducive environment for our runners. Let's listen to their voices. Let's hear what they have to say. Let's give them that forum. Let's give them an ear so that we hear what they have, and with that we shall be able to move together because we shall understand their needs and their issues from their own perspective. To the runners, I just want to encourage you, the student leaders, to be a good role model for the others. Be honest, have the integrity, and also assist, support the other runners in order to improve the learning outcome. Student leadership is very important in an institution because governance and management is key even to improving our learning achievements. I was very much inspired by Dr. Christine's inspiration. And I want all of us again to go with what she has told us, because that is something I will never forget. That is, when the why is clear, the how is easy. When you wake up in the morning, as you go to school, ask yourself, why am I going to school? When we wake up in the morning as adults and we are going to work, let us ask ourselves, why are we going to work? Because that will make it easy even for us to learn and to achieve our goals. So, our dear runners, take advantage of this progress, take advantage of this opportunity, and address the issues that affect you and that hinder your achievement in school. And I don't want to take a lot of time. All what I want to say is to wish you the very best as you continue with the interactive sessions that you have. And when you go back to your schools, including the Form 1s who will be joining Form 1 in early August, we want you to wish you the very best. Be good readers, be good role models, support one another, and uphold integrity in all what you do. One time I was told, without integrity, nothing works. So for it to work in our life, integrity is key. So thank you very much. I take it back to Madam Naria, our chief guest,
Thank you so much, my colleague. Clap for Anne. Yeah, I told you that Anne a lot of passion for the learners. So let me now first read the speech from the PS, whom have given his apology. He ought to have been here, but because of other commitments, here we are representing him in this very, very important conference this year, 2021. This is a great opportunity for you young learners whom we are looking forward to steer our great nation into the next level and generations to come as our human resource in place. Congregating here today gives us a great pleasure as a ministry because we know that the outcome of our meeting today will culminate into great issues which will go a long way in making learning environment friendly and even more effective outcome. To the learners, our Vision 2030, the Kenyan Constitution 2010, the SDG number 4, our Education Act 2013, and the Children Act all gives you powers to build your self-esteem. And you are right as a Kenyan citizen to participate and join in the building of our great nation. We do appreciate yourself. We appreciate where you have come from. We know your teachers have done a great work to enable you to be here. Not forgetting to appreciate the UNICEF team who has enabled us to carry out this great function of today. At this conference will mark one of the greatest strides in our society because the main reason is to ensure that you make our society a better society than you left. We start from the family, from ourselves, then from the family, from our society, our community, and then globally. As we are here congregating, I'm talking to professionals. I'm no longer talking to the students because I know you have already carved for yourself your careers. We have the professionals in terms of doctors, engineers, teachers, pilots, and all sorts of ways in which we are going to build our nation. We are looking forward to see you participate in this conference because this is the right place. This is the place where you must feel valued. This is the place where we want you to participate and talk freely in making the decisions that will ensure that you have a better and friendlier learning environment. In the theme that we have today that you're going to discuss, one of the issues that we take very serious is to equip you to ensure that you make our nation a better nation through good governance, better leadership, being innovative, and also ensure that we continue with good skills as we move on in life. And this is also what is embedded in our curriculum-based, in our competency-based curriculum, which is moving to grade 5. And I want to say that the same should promote integrity. We all appreciate our diversity, our cultural diversity, our religious diversity, our gender, and our various backgrounds where we come from. So what we are going to have today, let it equip us with more practical skills and appreciate ourselves, national cohesive, and also guidance in ensuring that we compete favorably at the national level and also at the global level. I want to say thank you for taking your time to be here our teachers, for the good work that you have done to these very good learners. A teacher nurtures. A teacher is a co-creator with the God. And we appreciate the role that you do. We appreciate the sacrifice and the passion in which you handle the learners and ensure that our nation continuity remains. We also want to appreciate UNICEF for coming in to sponsor the same. We want to say thank you. We know we've walked the long journey from 2014, and we want to still ask you that let us continue working together. We've been partners, and we look forward into getting more and more engagement. Thank you so much. That is from the Dr. Julius Juan, our PS. But before I declare on his behalf the launch of the official opening, as now Directorate of Primary, and as the director in charge of our primary directorate and all the primary schools, allow me now to take from where our CEO, KICD, left. Our CEO said that they do print books, and they want to ensure that all the books that are required, the curriculum designs, the teachers' design, and all that are there in good shape and on time. I want to tell you that on my behalf and my behalf of my directorate, we pick it from where he has left it, and we want to ensure that each and every learner within the boundaries of our great nation has a book ratio of 1:1. We have already, and it's still continuing, a distribution of grade 5 books. We know that the schools is not yet open, but for us to create a conducive environment for that learner who is going to move to grade 5, for us to create a conducive environment for that teacher who is going to handle the grade 5, through us and KICD, we had to ensure that the books have arrived in schools and the teachers are able to do their work in preparation before these learners come in. So I want to appreciate also the head teachers, our chairman. They have done great work. We had said that the receiving point of these books is at the school level, not at any central collection point. Wait for the books at the school. If anybody tells you that if you do not pick the books today, then you are going to miss out, tell them it's okay, let me miss out. Then immediately let our next level officer be aware. Let your chairman here be aware. I'll be able to get the feedback almost immediately together with our CEO, KICD. We have also given sanitary pads just to ensure that we keep our young girls in school and to ensure that they attend classes throughout the academic calendar. So the girls who are being given sanitary pads, we are giving from from class 6 to class 8. But we have some other areas where we must look at the affirmative action, and we've taken affirmative action because we know that maybe some girls were rescued somewhere and they are above the age that we are expecting. So we also take care of that. And I want to urge our teachers that let us ensure that we give them. And from where we are seated, we are saying give them all the packs. You can only keep a few for any emergency, but all the packs should be given for the girls for the next 8 months or so while they will be with us in schools. The food for the semi-arid and arid areas, I want to trust that our colleagues from those areas are also with us on the platform. We have equally given food that will take care of our learners up to the end of the term. So we want to encourage you that ensure that that child who comes to you have at least one hot meal per day. Because some of the areas where they are coming from, unless they get this food, it may be a bit challenging. We also introduced recently the corn soya, a blend, a flour for porridge. This one we did not only give to arid and semi-arid areas, but we also gave them to the urban slums where we felt that perhaps corona pandemic could have had some of the greatest effect. So, but we've also learned that our teachers, and I want to say thank you, you've been very kind enough that when that ECD learner has come to you, you've also been kind to ensure that that child also have something hot to take during the school. The reason why we introduced the porridge, I'm sure that all of us are aware, those ones who are handling our primary level, that there has always been a gap between the PP1, PP2, and grade 1. This child, perhaps from where they came from, they were having a hot meal in the school. Then of a suddenly they walk into a wild environment where there is no food until lunchtime. So to wean them off, we introduce this porridge. We are going to look into other aspects. I know we could be having maybe one or two challenges as we move along, but those could just be teething because these are new programs that we've started on. Otherwise, I want to say I'm very delighted to be part of this great conference, to enjoy with these great persons whom I've said that to me they are not students, they are not learners, but they are professionals. You've heard Professor say that he became a professor in class 3. So if he became a professor in class 3, I know there is a teacher here who is either in class 7 or in class 8 or in grade 4 or moving to grade 5. I want to wish you all the best. As we continue, let us be very, very participative. This is your day, this is your time, and having been chosen to be here by your colleagues means that they have a lot of confidence in you. May we appreciate ourselves. May we build that self-esteem in ourselves. But I'm not going to stop talking before I say something about the violence on our young ones. Prof has mentioned, let us take care. We have seen so many things happening. And now there is no boundary whether you're a boy or a girl. We are all equally affected. So the young ones, let us not walk alone. The young ones, let us always be free. If any stranger approaches you, if you find somebody coming just too very close with you, we are very lucky because we have our teachers. Our teachers are very, very close with us, and most of the times they are more concerned about our well-being. Share with your parents. Share with any adult whom you have a lot of confidence in. But you want to take this precaution because we need you tomorrow. Without you, we don't have Kenya tomorrow. But with you, we are sure Kenya would even move to the next level. I want to take the opportunity to appreciate, and on behalf of our peers, our Principal Secretary, Dr. Julius Juan, I declare the 2021 the National Students Conference Council officially launched.
Chairman, I have one last request to make. As I sit, at the earliest opportunity when Corona goes down, give us the privilege to host the first physical Children's Congress. Asante sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Thank you for that honor. We shall pray Corona goes away very fast so that we have that chance of bringing all the leaders here to be with you. Thank you. Back to you, Bwana Secretary.
So thank you very much. Now, before I invite the National Treasurer to give a special appreciation to the speakers, you want to make some few notices that after this, we shall break for a tea break for about 20 minutes. Then we shall be back again to this hall, where I will now usher in Dr. Christine to summarize her presentation. Then we shall continue from there. So, Prata Jefa, Karib.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Kennedy Cheva, Capture National Secretary. Sorry. Treasurer. I would like to, in a very special way, thank our PS, Dr. John, a guy we knew when he was here where the professor now is, and when we were cooking the CBC, and is now our PS, for that speech delivered to us so clearly by Neria Olik. I had to write down that name just to pronounce it. The Director, Primary Education. I want to thank the PS for 3 specific things as capture. One, and it has been highlighted in the speech, is the free primary education capitation, which was in time this time round. We want to thank the ministry again for textbooks, which were not only in time, but were enough for practically all schools. And where there were very few shortages for a reason or another, the feedback was demanded promptly. That is excellent. Please let that reach him. We want again to thank the ministry for the fortified porridge. You know, when we just say porridge, people may take it cheap. But this porridge is working wonders, especially in the slum schools, where I am fortunate enough to teach in one of those schools. And this time it has been cascaded down to our ECD. The children love it. May it be sustained. Thank you very much. But Madam, let me also thank you for your, I understand you took a flight from Mombasa. And you were really on time. That means you had this occasion in your heart. And what you have really given us was worth the flight. From there, I want to come to the host, look him in the eye, as he has advised us to do, and tell him thank you. Professor Charles Ogondo, the director, KICD, has told the children, rather, really, because that was the focus, a very important thing, which I think they are going to carry home. Dream big. He dreamt big at the age of 3. He said 3? Grade 3, right at grade 3. He dreamt really big and loudly. He dreamt loudly that he wanted to be a professor. See what he has become, an excellent one. I want to thank you again, Professor, for your kitchen. This national kitchen for curriculum resources is an excellent one. The designs are working. We are working with them. And no wonder CBC is the success it already is. Thank you so much for that. And Gashoya, I will not forget you. You spoke with a passion and love for children. And the message was mostly to the head teachers. And as one of them was listening keenly, we shall cascade it down to our colleagues. Our chief guests, the most important, our children. We love you. We are going to be with you for the rest of the day. And we'll continue loving you and praying for you as we watch you fly in life and attain your dreams. And ours will just be to cheer you on and wish you the best. Thank you very much, everybody. And last but not least, our secretary is reminding me not to forget UNICEF, who have their feet on the field. They said they will not attend the Nairobi chapter. They'll hit Turkana and Lamu and West Pokot and Eldoret. Our sponsors have a great passion and love for the children of this country. UNICEF, wherever you are, thank you very much, and God continue blessing you. And with that, I'm told from here we break for a cup of tea. I'll ask Winnie definitely to say the word of prayer.
Let me take this opportunity and greet you because I've not greeted you this morning. Morning. Can we be upstanding so that we pray and then go and take a cup of tea? Lord, we have come before thee once again, thanking you again for the gift of life. And then as we go to partake the cup of tea and a bite, bless it before we take it, so that it may give us energy to continue with the day. In Jesus' name we pray and believe.
Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo. Tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote. Mtu mwenye kutenda haki daima, na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani daima. Hatutaki matata Kenya daima, wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na tumeapa sote wenye nchi ya Kenya, kutumikia Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Sitaiacha Kenya nchi yangu, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Umoja wetu Kenya tudumishe, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Sitadanganywa kamwe na porojo, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Zenye kuleta chuki kati yetu, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Nitatetea haki za Wakenya, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wala sitakubali ukabila, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Sitaharibu mali ya wengine, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Na majirani wangu nitalinda, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wenye nchi wenzangu, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Tushangilie Kenya taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo. Tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote. Mtu mwenye kutenda haki. Na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya, wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele. Kenya
kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Mwenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Mwenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na tumeapa sote wenye nchi ya Kenya kutumikia Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Mwenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Sitaiacha Kenya nchi yangu, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Umoja wetu Kenya tudumishe, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Sitadanganywa kamwe na porojo, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Zenye kuleta chuki kati yetu, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Nitatetea haki za Wakenya, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wala sitakubali ukabila, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Sitaharibu mali ya wengine, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Na majirani wangu nitalinda, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wenye nchi wenzangu, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda, Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo. Tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote. Mtu mwenye kutenda haki. Na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Wenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na tumeapa
Tumeapa sote wenye nchi ya Kenya kutumikia Kenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Sitaiacha Kenya nchi yangu,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Umoja wetu Kenya tudumishe,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Sitadanganywa kamwe na porojo,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
zenye kuleta chuki kati yetu,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Nitatetea haki za Wakenya,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
wala sitakubali ukabila,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Sitaharibu mali ya wengine,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
na majirani wangu nitalinda,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
wenye nchi wenzangu,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
tushangilie Kenya taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda, Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda, Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka, Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo, tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote, mtu mwenye kutenda haki. Na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya, wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
na tumeapa sote wenye nchi ya Kenya kutumikia Kenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
sitaiacha Kenya nchi yangu,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
umoja wetu Kenya tudumishe,
mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
sitadanganywa kamwe na porojo.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Zenye kuleta chuki kati yetu.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Nitatetea haki za Wakenya.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Wala sitakubali ukabila.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Sitaharibu mali ya wengine.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Na majirani wangu nitalinda.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Wenye nchi wenzangu,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
wenye nchi,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo. Tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote. Mtu mwenye kutenda haki. Na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Wenye nchi,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
wenye nchi,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
na tumeapa sote wenye nchi ya Kenya kutumikia Kenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
sitaiacha Kenya nchi yangu.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Umoja wetu Kenya tudumishe.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Sitadanganywa kamwe na porojo
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
zenye kuleta chuki kati yetu.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Nitatetea haki za Wakenya.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Wala sitakubali ukabila.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Sitaharibu mali ya wengine.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Na majirani wangu nitalinda.
Mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima.
Wenye nchi wenzangu,
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha
tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda.
Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo. Tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote. Mtu mwenye kutenda haki. Na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Na tumeapa sote wenye nchi ya Kenya, kutumikia Kenya daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Sitaiacha Kenya nchi yangu, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Umoja wetu Kenya tudumishe, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Sitadanganywa kamwe na porojo, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wenye kuleta chuki kati yetu, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Nitatetea haki za Wakenya, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wala sitakubali ukabila, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Sitaharibu mali ya wengine, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Na majirani wangu nitalinda, mimi ni mwenye Kenya daima. Wenye nchi wenzangu, Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Wenye nchi Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya
tunayoipenda, Kenya nchi tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Tumekomboa Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, tumebadili mwendo. Tutalinda katiba mpya. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kutenda haki kwa watu wote. Mtu mwenye kutenda haki. Na ukipenda Kenya ujitengane na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaacha Kenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
Wenye nchi
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele daima.
na nikienda nje sitasahau Kenya, na nitabaki Mkenya daima na milele.
Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele.
Now, when again to take this opportunity once again to welcome you back after that very short break, so that we can now continue. Now you want to usher in now the next facilitator, so that she can continue from there. Karibu.
Greetings, guests and fellow pupils. My name is Jaden Bogwa. I am one of the shadow MCs, and I am here to answer a question. Who is a leader? To answer this question, we need to give an example of a leader. For example, my role model, Nelson Mandela. He led South Africa to a better future, and currently South Africa is one of the leading countries in Africa. He was courageous and was a born leader at a young age. Now, to answer the question, to me, a leader is anyone who takes charge of any situation, may it be in the family or in the global level. I take this opportunity to welcome Njoroge, who is going to answer another question. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Joseph Njoroge from V-Social. It has been great learning about leadership and values. I am here to answer a question on why values are important. According to me, values are important because they determine one's character and the peace of a certain area. All the core 8 values are the ones and the pillars holding the peace of areas which are led by leaders. Thank you.
The next question I have is, why is the national anthem important to us as leaders? First and foremost, the national anthem is a promise made to our country in which we, as leaders, uphold values such as integrity, accountability, and responsibility. The national anthem reminds us to devote ourselves as stewards, not only for the benefit of others around, not only for the benefit of ourselves, but for the benefit of those around us or those who have been left under our care. At this juncture, I also would like to invite the pupils who are watching from Kisumu and Nandi. There are some questions which I would like you to answer. Yes. And now I would like to introduce the next facilitator who will bring a short presentation about life skills.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd still like to Team Nandi. You can see the okay. As they set up, I can do my short presentation. I've been kindly asked to do a presentation on life skills. Michael, if you'd enable me to share my screen kindly. My name is Karina Mutoniwase, I'm sorry. I am a peace builder and youth activist currently working with a youth-led organization called Footprints for Change. We are very passionate about children in leadership, and we've worked with the National Children's Council for the past 3 to 4 years. And it's a pleasure for me to be here to make a presentation on life skills. Habari ya viongozi wetu maarufu. I'm talking to the kids. How are you guys doing? You're doing well? Did you guys wave to us? See, you guys are still alert. Great, great. Good to have you here. We are honored to host you. Thank you so much. I'd kindly like to share my screen, if that's okay, so that the kids in the other countries can also see. Okay. 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 In the other countries can also see. Okay.